that, I would like to invite respected Sushil Raj uncle to come to this dais and give a short speech, please.
I think I was in my comfort zone when so I was really not prepared. Anyway, seeing the people who was speaking before me, you had a great politician, you had a great preacher, you had a great teacher. நான் உங்களில் ஒருவன் நான் படிக்காத மேதைன்னு கூட சொல்லலாம். என்ன படிச்சிருக்கேன்னு எனக்கே தெரியாது. So anyway, I'm still wondering why Dr. Barnes Joy always invites me. This is not the first time. I'm here for the second time. Respected pastor, the chairman, Dr. Barnes Joy, his better half and the correspondent, Geeta Barnes. You already heard the introduction of Dr. John, the eminent eye specialist and the future leader of this institution. The president of the Rotary Club of Marthandam, Dr. Karthikeya Kannan, a very silent member in the audience. Many people would have been wondering why he's been sitting there and nobody ever even welcomed him or thanked him. That is the IMA president, Indian Medical Association president of this area, Dr. Stephen. See how silently some people are there. This is all a learning process always in life. Morning I was sitting here and wondering, yes, this is what is really happening here. You freshers who are coming here definitely are really dark about this institution. You have no idea where you're walking. Your parents must have got your admission here. You have maybe soon make friends, but still you're at a loss where you're going into, how your days are going to be here. So from darkness, and there you have two bright, eminent people to provide you light. I know Dr. Barnes Joy and family for more than 30 or 35 years. One amazing thing which they are doing, which every person sitting here in your heart should thank. You don't realize what it was 35 years ago in this part. Especially the minister was saying about Kerala. I studied in Kerala, so Kerala never had one private, any institution. The education was limited. People used to travel to Bangalore or even Mangalore and wherever there were private institutions for a small course. And parents with their daughters, if the daughter was ill, had to travel night and day to go and see how they were. It was so difficult to educate your children in this part of the world those days. So here comes a great visionary, a family who believes in the blessing of the Almighty, that whatever they do in His name will succeed. They had simply, I think, as far as I know them, I think the only faith they had, it was not the money, it was not the friends, it was not anything, but the faith in the Almighty power that let's succeed in what we are doing. They had one vision, to bring light into the lives of many, many families in this part of the country. I have heard parents, like one of my friends in Nedumangad was saying, I'm so comfortable and happy that my son is studying in Grace Institution. What does a parent want when he leaves? Maybe many of you are coming from your home and staying here in the hostel for the first time. Your parents will be very worried. You are also very worried. You don't know what is happening here. You are getting separated, like the previous speaker said, you are out of your comfort zone. But here, maybe I feel the comfort zone is greater. You become so at home here. So this is a great beginning. And for that beginning, you should be really thankful. Every day morning, you should be thankful to these people who had this vision to give you what your parents definitely aspired for you in your future. What you come here for today, the courses you take today is what is going to shape your future. The minute you complete it successfully, the relief your parents got. I put my child there, now he is there. Many people think finishing here, I can go to Canada and work. The dreams are starting to begin from the moment you join into this college. Your dream is unlimited. See, we all had dreams. I am also standing here. I had my dreams after leaving college. Maybe half will be true, half can be worked to become true. So things happen. So all that is only because these people had this vision, the strength, the courage. You see the investment they have done to, and it's not an easy thing to run an institution with 1,600 and odd people. One thing I learned in my last stage, I did a master's in social work. Every person is unique in this world. Nobody is the same. Your neighbor, your mother, your father, everybody is different. We are just on a journey. We have come here, we finish and go. Best thing to do in life is to have a stress-free life and enjoy what has been given. Now you have a college life you're starting with. Forget everything. Try to live the daily life with less of a stress. You had a lot of preaching that you shouldn't do this. What I'm saying is simply live that day stress-free. Don't have any problem. The stress comes because we are diverted in our attention. See, Mullah Nasruddin was walking down the road when 6 children were playing there. They ran to him and said, Mullah, there is this bag of marbles and we want you to share it among us. There were 6 of them. So Mullah asked them, how do you want me to share this? God's way or man's way? The children thought, what else? God's way. Okay, then what he said, he opened the bag, he took a few marbles and gave to the first one, then a few to the second, third, fourth had a little, the fifth had none. Then the children were so upset. We asked you to share the marbles. We asked you. He said, you asked me to share God's way. If you ask man's way, see, we are born in this world, nobody is equal in the sense that we see. But one beautiful thing which people don't realize, when you come into this world, your entry in the embryo or the womb of the mother, from Ambani to any big president of the world, all are the same. They don't bring anything with them. They don't bring the national flag with them. They don't bring anything. God sends us to this world simply equal. The rest of the additions, it's called value addition, is either from your mother, from your environment, from where you're born, from where you live, from where you study. Everything is add-ons. So it differs from person to person. You can never be the other person. Don't look at the other person and think, oh, he's got that, so I should get that. Forget it. You live what you are, and one day you will reach wherever you want to be. Then you have a very beautiful, stress-free life in this world. The minute we are bothered about, oh, I don't have that, he's got that, and I have to do this, you become miserable. You always remember that you came empty-handed. And the rest are what given by somebody to you. Nothing is yours. And when you leave also, what is the point in this? Maybe when I was in your school days, if somebody had told me, I thought this should be spoken to people who are old. No. Today, that's what is happening to the generations which forgets to live. They are speaking of all that other negative influence which is troubling people, troubling parents, troubling children. It's only because you are building a stress around you which is not needed. Simply, we have 2 things, a very beautiful message which the great teacher gave us. 2 things. Love your neighbor, love your God. God is something, an almighty, powerful thing which you should have faith in. Without that, you can't cling to anybody. There are many things which you can't, your father can't help you, your mother can't help you, your teacher can't help you. But there's some invisible thing which is there. If you have a belief, if you have a faith, it will help is coming. You have come here with a faith, with a belief, with a trust that studying in this institution is going to make you somebody. So that faith will see you through. The same way the faith you have in that almighty power, you can call him in any name you want. But if you have that faith in you, the nambike, the hope, the trust will see you through every difficulty. But this, you need all the support and guidance. Today I am sure the teachers are here, the parents are here. Their role is also a very important role in what you become, in how you live life and how you enjoy life. So there they have a role to play which they should not forget. They are not here only to implement things on you. They are here to share with you, partner with you, and care for you. Counseling, I always believe, I did a course on counseling, so I know. Anytime you have a problem, you have a great counselor. They said a counselor. Never keep troubles into you. You have an issue, go and talk to some. Maybe you can talk to your parents, maybe you can talk to your roommate. Go and talk to somebody. You may be not a person in a mind, but a student who needs help. You can talk to Geeta or any of the good teachers you feel like communicating. Never keep it in your mind. So same way, the same role the teachers will have to care for you, support you, and be with you, stand by you anytime you are in difficulty and in trouble. Mullah Nasruddin, again, I'll come back, he is a character I think I used to read a lot. A person, I don't know where he lived in, maybe Turkey or something. His stories are usually very popular in the Balkan areas and China and all that. Mullah was once sitting in a tea house, drinking a cup of tea. One of his friends, a doctor, came there. And he was asking Mullah, all okay, fine? They were discussing. Then suddenly Mullah was telling him, I somehow have a feeling now Fatima is hard of hearing. Fatima is Mullah's wife. Then he said, why don't you bring her to the hospital? I can have a look and check. So he said, I'm thinking of it. But then it was not a doctor, it's an apothecary of those days. If you can, he was not a callback. So apothecary said, you do one thing, I'll give you 3 tests. You do that, and then we will decide whether she should come and meet me. He said, what? So when you go to the gate of your house, from there, you shout, Fatima, what is there for lunch? So if you don't hear any answer, you go to the door, front door, and say, Fatima, what do you have for lunch? Again, if you don't have an answer, you go near the kitchen where she is working and silently say, ask her, Fatima, what is for dinner? Still, you don't get an answer from her, you can be sure that she should be brought to the apothecary. So Mullah walked in to his house, he was at the gate. From there he shouted, Fatima, what is there for dinner? He didn't hear any answer. So he went to the door of the house, and there again he shouted, Fatima, what is there for, lunch? He didn't hear any answer. So he walked into the kitchen, and again he shouted again, top of his voice, Fatima, what is there for lunch? She turned back and said, I've already answered 3 times that it is biryani for lunch. So basically, let's not forget what we are first when we are there to communicate, educate, and help people around. With all the blessings of this great institution, I am sure all of you will do well, and especially the seniors who are going into the world will carry this as brand ambassadors of this institution to the world around us. Thank you once again for this bright morning. Thank you.